Hello everyone! This is an exciting thing because I am a fan of Super Sentai stuff. As a kid, I did like Power Rangers, but I've grown to love Toku like Kamen Rider. So Chroma Squad, a tactical Sentai RPG, is kind of right up my alley. So without further ado, let's get into it. There are a couple of interesting things, like this theme song. Very fun. And I really hope I don't get ID matched for this. There's casual mode. I don't really want to go with that. You just do it on taste and stuff. Interesting. It's a little different just because, or it's pretty much the standard way. RPG mechanics, but nothing too bad. I think that's good. So once upon a time in a TV studio, just like any other. Every TV studio's got a giant green screen and all the other fun stuff. Like a ladder. Super Rangers, it's time for all stuntmen to get in the scene. Seriously. There will be some wonderfully underlying resentment for one Saban production going on with, especially since they kind of forced them to say a game based on Saban's Power Rangers, despite the fact that Super Sentai is like much older, going back to like the 70s. Alright. Effects will come later. Guess we're lacking, something. We did just kind of get dropped into this. But it's not a problem. Hey, are you complaining over here? I can't have you mumbling. Or should I remind you that you can click to walk or choose the monsters you want to attack? Thank you for reminding me of things that I didn't know. That is a lie. I played a little bit of this game. Mostly to test out recording, and also because it is very fun. So without further ado, let's get in here. It's very simple. You've got, you can see over here, you've got like 2 action bars. So you can do like 1 move, and then an attack, or 2 moves and no attack. These guys are kind of small fries because it's the opening. You can also just immediately attack them, which is pretty good. There's a teamwork button that we will get told about in a bit, but right now, we can't really do much. Might as well run into them, even though that'll give them a chance to attack us. At least we will have them like in our sights for the next turn. These lovely putty type enemies. I mean golems, because Z-Ranger used golems, and Z-Ranger is the thing that was what the original Power Rangers was based off of, which is not the first Sentai series. I doubt we'll ever get actually Go Ranger because it's a little bit silly looking. I mean, granted, so the Power Rangers, but like early 70s stuff rather than the like mid 90s thing that Z-Ranger was. It's a little different. Alright. Defeated some enemies. I don't know why this is director's instruction, unless it's to teach you director's instructions, because you kind of have to do that anyways. This is the best episode we've seen. It's nothing but action. Oh, but apparently that he just always says that. So now I want some acrobatics, and we can add explosions, CG explosions. Who needs like practical effects? You can use the teamwork maneuver so everyone can move quicker. And if you still don't get that, you just click it. Press the action button and all that fun jazz. Except I don't think there's a controller to hit action buttons with. Colonel Campbell, help me. No, instead it's just more golems. Just kind of showing up. This gives me very X-Men Wolverine Origins vibes of just, we'll just CG that later. I don't exactly want to endorse piracy, but if you ever do like go visit or see the X-Men Origins Wolverine like DVD rip that got leaked before the movie came out, you should. It's a masterpiece. So, as we've been told, teamwork button, we can do combined actions. So just press this, and now, and you're too far away. We get these little yellow squares. We can get close to people. Unfortunately, it's not very useful. We should do it for the sake of our director thing, but it's not entirely needed right now. So I'm just gonna beat this guy up. Instead, maybe, what's your movement range? You can get over here. It's not that great, but we'll still be able to make people move. We can get you to hop over here. I don't know if I should be introducing this mechanic early, but who cares? Because you can also use teamwork to do some fun stuff and have people attack at the same time. Which we're probably going to get introduced to that next sequence. But I believe it also should tell you that. Attack an adjacent target. We don't really have to worry about it now. We've already done the acrobatics. That just means we got a critical hit. And also, you don't have to worry about managing XP in this game, which is something that we'll probably have to worry about. Or not worry about XP, because I just said that, but I'll explain it later. Another perfect scene. It's a good thing that I'm here to creatively control everything. Now the audience wants teamwork. You should do that thing that you don't know about. Poor stuntmen with their horrible health insurance. Alright. I don't know if that means perform a squad attack like just having 2 people attack at the same time. Or like 3, technically. Nope. Alright, perfect. This guy's gonna get, like, smashed. Unfortunately. Suppose we could have done some acrobatics. It adds to our score, usually. Forward attack. This is just, you know, the tutorial lesson. Get stuff in and also kind of explain the backdrop. Now the boss is coming in. And our monster suit. Which actually is really cool looking. This is how you do this. Everyone, basically everyone does teamwork. And a finishing move, which makes sense. I mean, it's like we've only heard this once. It's kind of a fun way to do tutorial, I guess, that it's just like, man, this guy's a jerk, that he's just constantly reminding us how to do these things. Don't you just love it, though? Here's the villain. He's appeared in one scene. Now let's kill him. And then a lovely Backstreet Boy reference that I would say I'm not even gonna a little bit of respond to, but I suppose I called it out. So all you gotta do is put everyone on teamwork. A weird thing that I'm not used to, thanks to like Disgaea and or Final Fantasy Tactics, you can attack from this side, from these like in a 9 square pattern, not just the however isometric view you're getting. And you can either have everyone hit teamwork, or you can just have them attack. It'll be basically the same thing. Chroma power, yeah. Big laser thing, and also massive damage. It is exactly what you wanted. You are too powerful. Huge monster explosion. When you say huge, okay. Giant robot fights like the best part. Remember Kyoryuger? It had like 12 different combinations. That was half the fun of it. Oh yeah, and also we're just the stuntmen. They're the actors. Which, granted, does still happen. I mean, it makes sense. They tried to do that in Kamen Rider back in the 70s, but when Fujioka broke his leg during a motorcycle accident, everyone said, alright, we need to separate suit actor and actor. So, hey, why don't we run our own studio with blackjack and hookers? So let's do this thing. You can't leave Super Rangers. It's way too profitable. Dr. Soap. Bye-bye. You can't do that. Except that we did. And we are. And we're kind of overlapping. No one seems particularly... well. We join our heroes being a bunch of weirdos running around in costume in the middle of the day. Stuntman met a moment later, still dressed in the old studio spandex suits. It's probably very hot considering the sun and all that. Talked about how they could start their own studio and record their first episode. After a few minutes, an idea popped up. Maybe we should get out of these suits. No. My uncle's a warehouse far from here. Alright. Sounds good. It sounds perfect. I'm not sure if this is a reference to something or if it's just a generic samurai robot thing. I should be more knowledgeable on that. At this mysterious warehouse, this place just kind of screams seedy. How they could take advantage of all this available space. Camera positions and all that fun stuff. And a monkey head, I think. Plywood to break. When they spotted this giant tarp and bedsheet. Here comes Mr. Soap Director Man. Spandex suits. But first, let's go look at this giant. Oh, it is a giant brain. Maybe it's a Zentradi. I'm getting my references mixed up. Amazing! An incredible replica of a device used in an American hero TV series. Someone plugged it in and it said, "What's up? I am Cerebro." This is an example message. I don't actually have any feelings, but I'll just text-to-speech this thing. You know, whatever happened to Robot Jones, but Season 1. Everyone's eyes were really, really bright. Although, I really want those suits back. Now I want that thing. But I'm sure that it will have no consequence in any sort of future. I know we're just kind of trying to do this indie thing, but now it seems like it actually has purpose. Oh wait, we have to ask permission first. It's probably fine. Anything, including the warehouse. Sounds like a nice guy. So our heroes did a thing and continued to merge with each other. I don't remember that happening when I was testing this out. It's probably fine though. So the group of friends started to take a different path in their life. Later that day, the clothes were returned to their old boss. Aw. And after a few weeks, we became our indie studio. We get some money, and also here's some conditions and stuff, which is basically just what our season, which is kind of what each arc will do. So instead of Mighty Ink, I'll just get a little heady here and just like Maelstrom Industries. Sounds perfect. All right. Team lineup is very important. Obviously, this is the Z Ranger, regular Power Rangers kind of thing of red, blue, pink, black, and yellow. Black and yellow, black and yellow. Obviously, the lead is pretty important. I kind of want to stick to tradition and keep him a red. But you can also show off these things. And each different section, although you can change their color to be whatever, does have a different ability and stuff. So the lead is pretty important. I wouldn't almost say a tank because he gets more health, but he's also just kind of like making sure everyone stays mostly alive. They start off with Dude Lee, which seems like the health thing will kind of cushion everything he's got. Usually I find movement to be very important in this game, so it's kind of hard for me to say yes to that. And the salary is, I haven't found it to be too, like, that important, all things considered. I've also got Kickstarter backers because this was a Kickstarter project. I didn't actually back it because I wasn't aware of it until the funding was complete. I kind of wish I did. But beyond the Kickstarter backers, you also get some reference people like Doodly and Misha, which is very on the nose thing. Asimobot. What did I choose for my original thing? Let's see, Von Andy, he has less movement, and that was a definite pain. But he actually has a lot of good stuff for us. There's a dude that I was... Oh, it was actually you, and that's probably why we can't... I don't think we can have doubles. Let's double that. I mean, there hasn't really been a female red. It's pretty new ground to break, I suppose. Except that Shinkenger, technically there's a female red. That's probably spoilers, though, now that I've said it. The way that I did that before, I had... Where did you go? I passed him up probably at this point. But Dude Lee, I feel like is a good scout. He's got some good stuff here. And then it's a very delicate procedure, you know. If you just change this green, suddenly we have both Shinkenger and then also Gokaiger. I suppose if you instead of yellow turned him into a black, then now you have Kyoryuger. There's a lot of good ways to go about this. The second latest series, Ninja, which will obviously date this, there was a pink, but there was also a white ranger. So I think I want to go with that. In more recent years, Yellow has returned to being a male character. I know everyone's, you know, the usual standard fact of Z Ranger, the Yellow Ranger was male, but in the US Power Rangers, it was a girl. But I don't know, there was a definite time, I believe it was like Hurricaneger was the last yellow male, and then after that it was just girl, 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 until recently with Ninja and also Zyoiger. I haven't seen that yet. It looks pretty fun. So we want to probably go with that. Mao Shinmei. Attack, and attack seems really good, obviously, for an assault. That's kind of where you want to go with that. Where did you go? Yes. Mei Yurim. Chance for counter, which is good if you're going to be our tank kind of character. If people are going to want to attack you, you probably want to have that. What's a good... The other thing is that, like, a lot of the Sentai stuff, most of their names have stuff in it. Red is Aka, so I don't really want to go with that. It's really difficult for me to use had Flynn before. Maybe instead we'll just be really unoriginal. Here's Scarlet. I think I actually like her as our assault. It's really good. So maybe Jade. I don't know about you guys. I had the Asmobot. I'm gonna refine him. Yes, Asmobot as our assist guy. He's got some health taking and also skill regen, which will sort of bounce off each other. And then Shiro is white, so maybe 5 hero. It's great. J-Bells. Skill gen is pretty good, and you got some skill regen. This guy's our backer, but I don't know if I want to go with that. We can't. You need weapon attack because the techie uses a gun. Oh, well, then that is perfect. If you have pistol damage, you sound great. And this one's probably going to be a little different. I'm going to name him Alan, because if he's blue, he reminds me of the St. Louis Blues semi-local thing going on. And Jake Allen, the Blues goalie. Could be Elliot, I suppose, as well, but I like Allen a little better. And then, if I remember correctly, Kiroy is yellow. Go ahead and yell at me at that. So maybe I'll just call you Kilroy. That would be close. You got Scarlet, Jade, Kilroy, Allen, and Hero. Our 5 group. I don't know if we want to keep this green exactly. Kind of like the teal going on. But otherwise, I think it's pretty great. So we will go with that. And there's nothing, you can't go back on this. But I'm pretty happy with this team. And this is probably going to make a longer episode, but I do want to actually get something done and also explain some mechanics here. We got our studio upgrades. Yeah, you know, rather than trying to go left and right and tell it's a good story. Here are kind of permanent buffs to our place, things that we can buy, although it will cost us every episode. It's really not that negligible. Things like crafting rate, which will be crafting later, because every game has to have crafting. Microphone, you get more audience, which is pretty useful. Shop partnerships, so things cost less. That is good in the long run. Big studio, which we don't need right now. Probably want to go... This one's pretty good to have on the off start. The microphone's pretty cheap, so I think it's pretty useful. We also got our mail, but let's worry about that. We can shop and buy things. Probably things we don't exactly need right now, because if we go to our actors, we'll see that we already have some equipment. Our tech and our lead already have weapons to start with. Everyone else doesn't have a weapon yet, but they will have specialty ones. There's also just regular things. I'm pretty sure the sword goes to anyone, but it's still useful for these guys. Now, right now, all we got is our cardboard helmet, and these will change just a little, which will be cool looking, and slowly turn our suits from just kind of generic stuff to actually pretty cool. Another kind of neat thing is here, like I was saying before, you don't get experience in the way. The way that you get more of these things is by just going through the story. In each season, we get new abilities. But we don't have to choose one or the other, like, forever. I can just say, hey, instead of heal Dukin, which is actually really useful, where you can heal people from far away, maybe instead I want more regen. But all we have for him right now is really the heal thing, so maybe once we get some of these other things, it'd be useful. As for him, it is multi-shot, which is pretty good. It's like a burst attack in an area. Find weakness is also really good, especially for like a boss enemy. But usually for the boss enemies, we'll do the charge like combo attack, so that won't be a problem. I think these three classes, yeah, all have one thing. Stunning pose, super important, very useful. And then we got mail, which sometimes we can respond to it in an interesting way that'll kind of shape the game. So, hello, how are you doing? My name is Hermes Barreto. I'm a master of crafting props. Make sure you visit my shop. Sounds good. I mean, I will visit the shop, I guess, for a little bit. Things that have... Well, I also have weapons. Don't really need them right now, but for the heck of things, why not give our assault some attacking gloves? Sounds pretty useful. There's also some skill regen and some health buff. Maybe just for the heck of it, I'll also buy that. So then I think it might change a little. Yeah, you see, there's actually some visual stuff. Maybe the gloves don't change as much as I thought they did. Maybe it's just the suit. But nonetheless, pretty exciting. And then once we are perfectly happy with that, go over to record. And sometimes you have the ability to choose which episodes we want, but this is the first episode, so we just kind of got to do it. Pilot episode for our first series. Shoot, before that, there's a very important thing going on. Our studio options. We may be Maelstrom Industries, but do we really want to be Chroma Squad? I've been thinking it for a while. And I always liked Sun Vulcan, an old Sentai series. It's kind of based on Gatchaman. So maybe we'll just be like the Sun Squad. I kind of wanted to do Sentai, but that's a little too weebish. Soul Rangers. And the transformation thing probably would be like Shine On, Crazy Diamond. But the transformation shout is a little... I don't actually know what the difference between that is. I think we say that during our transformation and the button says that. But, what was the thing in the original? It's like, burn like the sun. I don't think it'll fit. Oh, it does. Burn like the sun, Soul Rangers. It'd be kind of great if we could do a Die Ranger style where everyone gets a roll call, but that would probably take like 20 minutes. So But nonetheless, a king. Everybody's got to have a king on their thing. Star King. And then the finishing move, probably Supernova, if I had to guess. Just because we are star based. It's kind of Kamen Rider Ash like Forze. But nonetheless, back to this pilot episode for our very own series. We'll be dealing with a new threat that is appearing in the science lab. So we've also got director's instructions, which are like bonus objectives. The ones in the tutorial were pretty much easy to get, but these will be a little more... Well, for the first part, they'll be pretty easy, but mostly just a way to balance ourselves. So, episode 1 of our first season. It's pretty exciting. So exciting that everyone has to tell us it is very exciting. So maybe... It's kind of a weird thing. It's like a very tongue-in-cheek way of like... We're writing the plot as the thing goes along, and as you see, we have like a boom mic guy over there. We should add some narration. Once upon a time, a group of heroes is born. Is that pretty good? Stormy night? How about it? But it's spelled wrong. Oh my gosh, I did that twice. My brain just auto-fixed it. Oh, but it's charming. Don't you know Crabstick subs? They're so great. These powerful teenagers are the last hope of humanity. I would say that's kind of a Power Rangers thing, but Die Ranger did have teenagers as their like thing, and kind of subsequently. Their first task is to defend a science lab from an evil monster. Gee, this sounds familiar. Are the minions kind of late, though? I'm pretty sure they were supposed to be here. Hero, let's have fun with our new job. Hey, speak of the mooks. Noisy noises! We got our lovely squirrel enemies to fight. At this point, we're almost getting the like length of a Kamen Rider episode, which I guess I'm fine with. Director's instructions: do some acrobatics and keep everyone above 50 health, which might be a good time for us to use our guy. But right now we have full HP. That's not really a big problem. And you can see right here, when you hover over an enemy, you'll see this bar to tell you just how much damage you'll be able to do with it, and also some other stuff. They dodge a lot more than they seem to let on. But usually, except for you because you're Assault, you do crazy damage. You do decent damage as well. I don't know if you'll be able to move over now. You can reach it. We'll be able to do a little bit of teamwork. Combine you guys. I'm getting acrobatics done for this. And get some energy while we're at it. You'll be able to just kill a guy in one hit. So. Oh, so close. That's what I get for speaking in hubris. I wouldn't really know what speaking in hubris means now that I've said it. The first turn isn't too bad. We are probably going to get a little pummeled. But we don't need to worry about keeping our health too low just because... or our health getting too low. We have a little bar up here. Our audience bar, obviously. Well, not obviously. You haven't really... That was sort of told in our thing. But it is how good we're doing. And the better we do, once we get to this part, we'll be able to do our transformation. So... And that'll be just by defeating enemies, doing audience stuff. All the fun things. So... Get Kilroy to get that guy done. Maybe... Have you do some teamwork... So that then we can do a little bit of gymnastics, acrobatics, and have some fun with this. Go over here, do that. Now we'll be able to do that. Probably not right now, but instead, I think I want to get rid of this guy. Oh, that's the dude that's like already almost dead. I feel silly now. It's not that bad because it is just the first episode. And got that counter in. That's pretty fantastic. Another one I'm really happy about. Now we'll be able to get this guy all the way over here. We have not yet done just enough acrobatics. But I don't know if we have any place for... Alright. Good. We'll be able to get that. And the more we get that, you know, you get big bonuses. I don't even think we need to... Not entirely worried about having to transform, because once we transform, we get all of our health back. But we also reposition ourselves, and the enemy does. So sometimes it's more of a tactical thing to not do it immediately. Nonetheless, let's just do this all out. Hopefully it actually hits. Sometimes, you know, you have them all line up and then they don't do it and they miss, and it's just like, why did I waste all these moves? After defeating the powerful aliens while the squad is planning what to do next, something devious appears. It's the Transit Mancer. And I gotta say, the first time, I didn't even realize that your hat was an actual road cone. This is something that could have been in Tokyo, and I would have just said, yeah, that seems like it. Dang you, Sun Squad Soul Rangers. Why'd you have to mess up our visit to the science lab? Is this supposed to be the science lab? It kind of... Well, why are you here anyways? It's none of your business. Why aren't you dealing with us now? Anyways, who's that traffic light guy? Are you actually asking that, or are you just being silly? See, sometimes it works, and sometimes I'm just like, I can't tell what's going on right now. And I can't track it with my scanner. Anyone could appear at any minute. Appear. Oh, if we're fighting fruit monsters, that'd be more Kamen Rider Gaim. Hey, we should go check out Cerebro. Do some cool teleporting. Sun Squad Soul Rangers heads to Cerebro's chambers. They reach the place with a glorious teleport effect. It's okay though, we already saw it. Didn't expect that a cool background. So I guess it's kind of like green screen, but it still looks great. After everyone explains the situation to Cerebro, what is so important about generic plot MacGuffin stuff? Time travel. I don't know that much about Time Ranger, except it's pretty cool, I guess. Now return to your previous location. I'm detecting a new threat. Excuse me, you're going off script again. That's fine. Sun Squad Soul Rangers heads back. Teleport effect's not ready yet, so just kind of walk in there, guys. Boy, it's first episode. We're already cutting budgets. That's not good. Can't wait for some special poses. Oh no, it's Snake, I think. Oh no, dude, you're so late. We already had a fight scene. Exposition happened. How dare you, box man? I'll turn you into cardboard. I'm cardboard. This is truly some Sentai mess. These bad puns. Is it that one guy? Is it the blue dude from Kyoryuger? Gosh, I wish I could remember your name right now. I also kind of don't, because his puns were horrible. Alright, so defeat with a finishing move. That's fair. And then defeat all the minions before even attacking the boss monster. Which, again, is kind of like, of course. We can't just go directly for the guy. That is not in the right etiquette. But it's pretty much the same thing. We don't have to worry about, you know, we've got our own new objectives, so we don't have to worry about, like, half health and all that stuff. So it should be... Again, you should be able to beat that guy with one hit. But just in case. I also don't remember if this was the way I did it in Disgaea, but sometimes you want to have the people, like, positioned before you do everything. I don't know if you... I'm going to do teamwork on you. See if I can't get some extra space out of it. I can't. That sucks. But I guess just in case, we can have you guys attack each other. and then absolutely murderize this guy. I guess it does add to our audience meter, which is pretty good. But by doing the secondary objectives, you pretty much get your meter well in. Suppose if that guy attacks our leader, he might get counterattacked, which could cause a problem. So maybe we just had to murder all these guys first. It's kind of difficult when you're in the way there. One guy down. Many to go, but I don't think that's an issue. Which one do you want to go for? Probably this guy. Though we could have positioned him better to maybe heal some people. Now that I think it'll matter, because I want to do our shining. Burn like the sun. Even that probably needs to be a shorter thing because it always just shows up really fast. Burn like the sun. Soul Rangers. So we do a little thing. Except you're still stunned. That sucks. So we probably won't be able to do. But now that we have transformed, we got our abilities. And we get health back. I don't know if we get more health. But seem to be at the right pace. Can't get you out any. I don't think we'll be able to reach you, which kind of sucks. I also don't think we can... Well, no. No, I don't think so. Can't even, like, jump for the next one. So I'm not entirely sure. This isn't going great. Unless you get murdered there. Nope. Don't counter. Good job. You didn't do the thing, so I'm happy. Now we did. Now we've gotten rid of our minions. That's kind of a problem. Won't be able to get you in there at all, really. Except for this, but you won't be able to... He won't be able to join us in a big attack. And I don't think... Usually the little finish thing pops up whenever you're able to kill the guy in one big hit. So we do have to do a little bit of whittling. It's probably good then that we have this. I just hope he doesn't stun punch us, which he didn't. Bam, finish it. Let's get everybody in position. We just need to worry about blue. Get you in there. And then Hero, deliver the final attack with our supernova. Probably can't skip this, but at the same time, well, why would you want to? It's the first episode. We nearly haven't had that in much stock footage yet. This cardboard is toast. Or compost. I don't... What's cardboard made out of? But what about the Transit Mancer? Come on, guys. You gotta build up a story. You can't have everyone die in one episode. Then you would just be a lot of, like, Kamen Rider Wizard and, Forza did kind of do that two-parter thing. But when it comes back, we'll be able to stop it. To be continued. It's pretty good. And so, at the end, you get a, here's your audience meter, how much you did. I don't know if we got it full, but we did do all the secondary objectives, so it's pretty great. And you also get stuff to eventually use for crafting, which we probably will just get the next time. Then whatever we had to spend for our upgrades and things, add it in, so we get some income. We get fans, and a little bit of like flavor text. I don't know if these were Kickstarter backed kind of things, but Sentai going, Indie Sun, Soul Squad, Soul Rangers. Sounds good. All right, with that save game and saving that, we can go check a look at our crafting. Is a little better than buying stuff sometimes, especially if you don't have like that thing where you get discounts. But because not only do you get this, but you also get a random property, which could be really good. Sometimes though, there's stuff that costs a lot. I mean, you can craft material, which is neat, and then you can also buy like fancier ones. And then also get rid of stuff, which usually is pretty good to just constantly kind of recycle and get more things to build. But before this episode is over, This is a very long episode. I don't think any of these episodes are going to be just like this, but she had some fan mail. Hi, Maelstrom Industries. Just wanted to say that you are inspiring a lot of people. Finally, I get some positive fan mail. Oh, wait, no, it's just fictional. Oh, boy. I am one of them. Stay on the fight. Keep the dream. I am a huge fan from Heaverton at heaver.ton. It's pretty good. Yes, that is going to be it for Chroma Squad. Another... I apparently have way too many indie retro spritey things on the burner, but I still really enjoy this. And I am excited for this series. Also excited to kind of have that rotating Fight Club, Chroma Squad, Isaac Forever thing going on. And if you enjoyed this episode, this inaugural thing, then feel free to leave a like. If you want to see more Chroma Squad, there's a subscription thing. And I've probably got plenty on the way, but right now, I'm MaelstromTier, and I will see you next time. Shine on, Crazy Diamond, something like that.